Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am doing a makeup look with the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker eyeshadow palette. And I feel like the only tutorials people have seen recently of me on my channel have been using this palette. And that is right, I will, use any excuse I can in the book to use these fun, fancy, colorful shades. They are kind of out of my comfort zone for day-to-day shadows, so when I can use it for holidays and fun events and occasions, I 100% will try to break out this palette. So I did want to play with some Christmas colors, so that is what I went ahead and did so for this look. You see me create this eye. This one was just a reference, but I choose two different lid colors to do the halo effect, which I'll explain in the video. And it just kind of gives you some more options to play with. But yeah, this is the look. If you aren't subscribed already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and the thumbs up button to let me know that you guys enjoyed this video and I can make more like it in the near future. Without further ado, let's get on into this tutorial. So as you can see, I've already completed one eye. I tried to do a little bit of a halo effect with a yellowy gold, but I think I've decided that on this eye that I'm going to do right now on camera, I'm going to switch what color I kind of did the halo eye effect with. So I'm still going to be using the same red, the same green, and just incorporate a different middle shade. So the first thing I'm going to be using is my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Surprise, surprise, this is like the same thing I use every single time I want to kind of prime my eyelid. I've already primed my eye with some Too Faced Shadow Insurance to make sure the colors last all day and just apply a little bit more vibrantly. And this tackiness of the paint pot and cream base kind of allows it just to stick better. So it's almost like an extra safety layer of this guy. So I just apply this all over the lid. Alright, so I'm going to dip into my Jawbreaker palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I am going to go in with the shade Sour, which is the green, matte green color. I have never used the green from this palette before, so today is my first time / first impression of using it. The brush I'm using is the Morphe M441, which is just a fluffy white-headed brush. I'm going to tap into a little bit of Sour and just kind of like shake off a little bit of the excess. And I'm going to start on the outer portion here and just kind of windshield wiper motion in. It doesn't have to be super, super neat, but just keep it in the same little parameters right there that I'm doing. Okay, taking that same brush, that same color, shake off a little. We're gonna go to the innermost part now. So we're gonna completely skip the center of the lid here. Okay, now going with a very similar brush, but it is a different brand. I don't remember which one it is, but it's a C4 33 Pro Blending Fluff Brush. It looks like this. And I'm just going to tap that into the shade Licorice, which is this matte red up here. And we are going to tap that in, and we are going to place that in the center top crease. So these colors don't really blend the best within one another, so if the red's going a little bit into the green, kind of makes a weird shade. You can kind of see on the outside here. Didn't really know that would happen, but anyway, the majority of the eye look, like the general look, looks fine, so I'm not that worried, but not sure if I would blend these two shades again. Now I'm going in with my Morphe M506 brush, and it's a smaller, almost like pencil brush kind of feel. I'm gonna take that green Sour color again and just put it back exactly where the rest of the green is, just to concentrate it a little bit more, and then I'll use a fluffy brush to blend it out a bit. Even though we have already kind of primed our eyelid with our MAC Painterly Paint Pot, we are actually going to go back in with that with a Morphe M124 brush, and it looks like that. And we're going to cut out a nice little effect on the eye, and then we are going to pack some shadow in the center. So I'm just gonna go in with that real quick. When you're doing this effect, you want to make sure your eyelid is as pulled back and relaxed as possible, which I feel like are two opposite things I'm telling you, but you don't want to force like crinkle them because it makes it harder to apply the product evenly and more precisely. Okay, so now is the little change up here. So earlier when I was doing this look, I was doing the one eye, I used Lemon Drop, which is the shimmery yellow color, but I'm having this inclining to use Jawbreaker, which is this sparkly white shade with like gold reflex, because I think it just looks better as a halo eye. The yellow looks good for other looks, but I kind of just want to see what the difference with the balance of the red and the green will look. So we're gonna try that out instead. So I basically just wiped off all the products that I had on my Morphe M210 brush, which was the Lemon Drop yellow shimmery shade. And we are just going to tap it into Jawbreaker. Now to clean up the lines a little bit, we're going to go back with a fluffy brush that we use the green for, and we're just going to fluff out the green a little bit more. And we're going to go back in with a little more red just to make it pop a little more. Now, as Jaclyn Hill always said, let's blend. Alright, then we're going to go in with our Morphe M506 again, pat that in the green, and we're going to just hit the under lash line now. So we're just going to do this part and the inner corner green, so it's corresponding to the top, and then we're going to do the red licorice shade right in the center of the bottom. I placed a little bit too much red eyeshadow on this eye, so I'm just going to take a little bit away so it blends a little more seamlessly and it's a little bit of a smaller line like this eye. I'm going to pop on my winged eyeliner, put on my mascara and lashes, and then we will do the final touches of this makeup look. Now that I'm back with both eyes completed, you can see the difference between the yellow halo eye with the red and green compared to the white with the yellow iridescent shimmer halo eye with the red and green as well. Alright, let's move on to face. Let's pick some complementing colors to match these eyes. I tried to dig up a palette of blushes that I think would suit this look. Now this one really is catching my eye. It's very like a fire engine red, but I don't know if it'll be too bright because these are very pigmented. So this is the Morphe 9B blush palette. I've had this for years, and I don't reach for it that often just because there's so many shades, and I don't know, I have like my go-to few singles that I choose that I never reach towards these, but I do really want to find myself reaching into a few of these brighter ones again. So let's get into this red one. I've been using the same blush brush for years, and it's from EcoTools, and it's just this blush brush. I'm going to literally tap it, and I already feel like I have too much on my brush, but let's see how this will apply. Yeah, like I don't need a lot at all. I feel like it's already giving off a lot of color. Okay, so now moving on to highlighters. You can kind of go a couple different ways with this. I literally pulled out all of my highlighters because you can either go a little bit warmer and bronzy because of the yellow. This eye definitely reminds me more of like, I don't know, a watermelon or a strawberry or something like that. As for this eye, it reminds me more of a candy cane with like, you know, the white and red stripes and the green sometimes in there. So I could pick more of a champagne-y white that will go better with this eye, or I could totally go for a bronzier shade like the Becca Champagne Pop that's a little more bronzy that will go with this eye. I feel like I always go with this one, like this is my saving grace. I think this one would match to a T. This is NARS Albatross because it's white with gold reflectance in it, so it's the exact same kind of finish as this halo eyeshadow. So I'm kind of leaning towards this. All right, I made up my mind. We're gonna use the NARS Albatross highlighter. I'm gonna go into my Real Techniques. It's actually a setting brush, but I find that this applies so well if you want to concentrate highlighter, like right on the top of your apple here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pass them in. I usually use a different brush, but for the sake of this tutorial and being very bright and glowy, we're gonna use this brush. I smile, start working the brush up. Take a little more. And you can even bring this on top of the brow bone right here. But I'm not gonna do that because this one, I won't be able to do that. I don't wanna put a yellow up here. I find that with this highlighter, you can use a lighter hand and just build and build and build and get heavier. It's not like the first swipe, it's really intense, which some highlighters really are and have made themselves out to be. Let's move on to lipstick. For lipstick, I'm actually gonna be so super basic, and I'm going to pick this Tarte lipstick from the collaboration with Whitney Simmons in the shade Bare Bud. And the reason why I'm doing so is it's because it's a nude, but the iridescent is exactly like the reflex in the eyeshadow and the highlighter. So I think that it will pull everything together real nice. So let's pop that on real quick. Okay, and then we're gonna go into my Morphe Gloss in Flower Crown, which is a nude, just to top off the lip look. And last but not least, if I were to go out like this today, which I don't think I actually am planning on doing so because my eyes don't fully match, I would take my Morphe setting spray and I would give myself a very nice full spray before going. This smells good, it lasts a long time, it dries really quick, and it's just a great setting spray, so I highly recommend getting that if you need a new setting spray to set your makeup. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment down below which eye you actually liked better, the shimmery yellow halo eye or the shimmery white with a little bit of yellow iridescent. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.